Hi, this is Ian Westerman, head pro at EssentialTennis.com, where it's my mission to bring passionate instruction to passionate players, just like you. Welcome to episode number 27 of Ask Ian. Today we've got a question from Andre, who wrote to me and said, "Hi Ian, I wanted to ask you about having bad days when you just play awful. One Friday I had a beast of a forehand, not even the teachers could return it. 3 days later I played again, and I sucked badly, and I'm still a week later and still cannot pull it off again. What can I do?" All right, Andre, that's frustrating, and quite frankly, and to be totally honest with you, no matter what level you ever obtain, no matter how good you become, there's always going to be these ups and downs. And it may seem like you play a certain number of times a week, or you get beyond a certain level of play, and it seems like eventually, it seems maybe kind of logical that eventually things will just level out and we'll just know what to expect, and we can pretty much just go out any given day and play about the same level. It seems like maybe that would be possible, but the fact of the matter is there are so many variables at play, so many things that are even outside of our direct control, whether that be weather, court surface, or our opponent or our hitting partner, our timing. I mean, just a small change in our timing on any given day can make all the difference in the world between hitting the best shots of our lives and just feeling totally off. And so for me, I think the most important thing to get across to you and everybody else who's tuned in today is just simply to say that you need to manage your expectations very carefully. That's not to say that you should expect to have bad days, although in a sense you should, because they will happen. Again, regardless of how good you are or how long you've been playing, you're always going to have good days and bad days. But what's important to remember is most days will be average. And once in a while, you're going to have a day or two, maybe even a couple in a row, where you just feel amazing and everything is just clicking and firing on all cylinders. And the flip side is also true. There's going to be sometimes a day or two, or you said, it's been a couple weeks now, where nothing feels quite right and everything feels off. And if you have this expectation of everything continually always getting better and better and better and better without any kind of up and down in your level of play, then those troughs, those down points can be unbelievably frustrating. So, it's not that you should be satisfied with how you're playing when you're having a little bit of a down time. It's okay to be frustrated and be motivated to get out of it and use that as motivation, to continue working hard and fight your way out of it. That's good. But don't allow it to get you down to the point where you're starting to, question yourself. You're starting to question your game, or maybe question, am I wasting my time right now, or is this the right sport for me, or yada yada yada. Don't think that deeply into it. Quite honestly, this is just all part of the journey. When it comes to something as expansive and something as complicated as tennis, there will always be these inexplicable and quite honestly, mostly uncontrollable ups and downs. Some of it you can control, other parts of it you cannot. So a big part of this is just managing your expectations. Now, the last thing that I'll say is just simply that it's important to be aware of what factors are going on around you. And I just mentioned just off the top of my head a couple of things: the court surface, your hitting partner or opponent. What else did I say? Weather, conditions, things around you. It is important to pay close attention to what are the variables that you can perceive, and try to pick up on patterns of when you hit especially well or when you hit especially poorly. And once you perceive what those patterns are, you can start to pick out and work on individual areas where maybe you have a little bit of a deficiency or a weakness. But if all you do is just react emotionally every time you have an up or a down, and when you have an up, you're like all pumped up and excited and it's amazing, and it is. Or when you have a down, you're like super down on yourself and negative and mopey. If all you do is just react emotionally to everything, then it's going to be very difficult to consistently, on average, raise the level of your game. And really, that's all that we're hoping from ourselves, is that we continue to work hard, we can continue to be focused even throughout those ups and downs. And as an average, as a whole, we continue to make slow, steady, gradual improvement. It's very rare that you're going to make just a big jump forwards and then you're going to stay there. Usually when there's like a big jump all of a sudden, where on just a particular day you come out and everything just feels amazing, usually your game will not just stay there, and that becomes your new average. There's almost always built-in ups and downs and fluctuations along the way. So don't let it get you down. Just realize it's part of the process. Don't allow your emotions to be, dragged down too much by it. Like I said before, use it as motivation, but don't let yourself get too negative about it, because who knows? I mean, the next day you head out there, it might be complete opposite, and you're right on your way to improving that little bit at a time. So hopefully that's helpful to you. If you've tuned in today and you found my explanation helpful, do me a favor and click like on YouTube. Also be sure to subscribe to the Essential Tennis YouTube channel so you don't miss out on future videos. And if you have a question that you'd like me to answer in a future episode of Ask Ian, leave that in the comments down below. I personally read all of those, and I try to reply to as many as I can. And with that, thank you so much for tuning in today. I appreciate it. Take care, and good luck with your tennis.